Over the past 5 years of Smash Ultimate, I think it's fair to say Cloud has had one of the most interesting journeys in the metagame. From a pretty mediocre character on release, to now one of the most popular characters. Today, we'll be taking a look at Cloud's history in the Smash Ultimate metagame, and answering if Cloud is dropping off. To no one's surprise, when Ultimate was initially released, people already knew that Cloud was never going to be quite as good as he once was in Smash 4. Limit was no longer infinite, and it was now on a 15-second timer. This resulted in Cloud becoming less threatening, as it encouraged opponents to disengage with him until limit time was up. In Smash 4, Cloud could keep limit for as long as he wanted, and threaten opponents till he felt they needed to use it. This could be done via pressure from his ground and airspeed buffs, or just wait as long as he needed until a kill opportunity arose. Limit was still a threat in this game, however, the implemented timer was a pretty big nerf in the grand scheme of things. Cloud also lost limit charge if he was hit whilst using the move, which didn't happen in Smash 4. Not a crazy nerf, but still not ideal. His nair was also nerfed and no longer covered half of the stage, and his up air was nerfed to the ground. Up air lacked the versatility it once had, being a reliable combo starter from the ground and a landing option. Like, just look at the hitbox. What the fuck were they thinking when they created this move? Jesus Christ. This move also had its own Smash Wiki page due to how egregious it was. Right, anyway. This meant going into Ultimate, people wrote him off pretty quickly and favoured more prominent sword characters like Lucina and Roy. These characters had more reliable kill options and seemingly better damage outputs. Cloud was really left in the dust, and didn't really get any prominent results around the world prior to 2021. Sure, he was still in the top half of the characters used in 2019, however, this was a far cry from his glory days in Smash 4. As time went on, the world rejoiced as in patch 7.0.0, Palutena received significant nerfs, especially on neutral air, and the Cloud mains cheered as their character got some pretty good buffs. The knockback growth on his dash attack was buffed, making the move kill much earlier than before. Up smash now has less startup, making it a quicker kill option. Cloud fills his limit gauge much faster when using limit charge, and his up B snapped to ledge much earlier. The last buff was a pretty big deal for Cloud, as it's now much harder to hit him out of his rising recovery. Cloud now had access to more reliable kill options and an improved recovery. Not long after these buffs, the dreaded COVID pandemic hit, with everyone indoors and forcing people to jump on the netcode for a good year or so. This is where Cloud's meta started to truly develop. Cloud was a pretty popular character choice during this time, due to him being relatively easy to play and one of the better characters on Wi-Fi. During the online period, the meta started shifting in a way which favoured slower and campier play. People were holding back and playing a lot more defensively, waiting for that one opportunity to find their opening. Cloud can counter this meta shift well, as he's one of the characters who is extremely good at zone breaking, due to his movement speed and the safety of one move in particular. Backwards aerial. If Cloud back air had its own spot on the roster, you damn well know it'd be better than like half of the cast. Back air is such a prominent tool due to the size of the hitbox, it's disjointed, it's safe, it can kill, it can threaten. Suppose it's a bit like Smash for up air, just like on its side instead. In fact, yeah, let's not go that far. Let's talk about forward air too. Due to its disjoint size and how safe it is, forward air is an extremely strong neutral tool. This move also has a huge reward, being able to combo into other moves at low percent, and using the spike hitbox to combo into moves at higher percents. Oh yeah, it can also kill as well. There is potential to parry it as it's active for 7 frames, but if Cloud spaces the move, not many characters can get a good punish from it. Man, Cloud has a lot of pretty good moves, isn't he? However, he does still have some flaws. He has one of the slowest grabs in the game, with his standing grab being frame 9 and dash grab frame 12. He's also vulnerable when off stage without his jump, assuming he doesn't have limit anyway. Experienced Clouds will know how to use their resources effectively in order to get back to the stage safely. However, without their jump, this makes it a lot harder for them to recover. Cloud also has to jump a lot, as his safe options mainly come from his aerials, meaning his ground game is fairly limited when it comes to pressuring opponents. This might not sound like it matters due to how well forward air and back air can control space, but characters with prominent anti-airs and decent zoning options can pressure him effectively, as there's multiple situations he'll be in the air and his landings can be punished. Despite these flaws, seeing the buffs he got prior to the pandemic, it's pretty clear to see why we saw a significant rise in character usage. It's probably also due to this fella as well. Sparga became one of the best players in the world after the pandemic, and has primarily used Cloud to place highly across multiple large-scale tournaments across all regions of the world. He really showed how strong Cloud can be, excelling at advantage state, corner pressure and limit usage. Cloud stocks are really on the rise across the world, with other prominent North American Cloud mains such as Nico and Enhanced PV, and European Cloud mains such as Curry Governor and Azriel. So, he might have all these good moves and a flourishing player base, but why is he so popular in today's meta? As I stated before, Cloud is an exceptionally good character in the slower meta due to how big, safe and rewarding moves like forward air and back air are. Very few characters are able to contest with these moves, so he's able to control neutral with low risk. His corner pressure is also very strong due to the threat of both limit and back air. Limit Blade Beam, Cross Slash and Climb Hazard can all help threaten certain ledge options to condition with high reward, and back air allows Cloud to suffocate opponents in the corner, due to how much space it covers and how little risk it is to use it. The down air spike hitbox also lasts as long as it takes me to get from one side of the UK to the other. And Cloud's up B snapping ledge is also a great ledge trump option, further assisting with his ledge pressure game. Finally, he can effectively push advantage using the platforms, and has a frame 7 outer shield option with his up B. So TLDR, Cloud already had some good tools, however his buffs further enhance a lot of his game plan. Right, onto matchups. I'll primarily be referring to Spargo's matchup chart, as, you know, he's the best Cloud in the business. As you can see, Cloud seemingly has 54 winning matchups, and 4 potential winning, which includes meta-relevant characters like Mr. Game & Watch, Fox, and Roy. These alone just shows how strong Cloud can be in the current meta, due to his abundance of positive matchups. If you're a bit of a stubby or slow boy, then you're probably not going to have a fun time versus Cloud. But as per every character, there are a select few that can give Cloud a really hard time. The most notable one I hear Cloud mains have issue with is Joker. Joker has a stronger neutral, he's good at camping out limit due to the threat of neutral B, and he can also do this! So yeah, not the most fun matchup for Cloud. Sheik, Sonic and Inkling can also be problematic due to their strong neutral and potent edge guards, and Bowser can just do this. Still though, none of these matchups are seemingly too difficult for Cloud, so it's not the end of the world if you run into them in bracket. So to answer the question I asked at the start of the video, I think it's fair to say, Cloud is not dropping off and is in a pretty solid place in the meta. After his buffs and his meta development over the online period, people's perception on the character drastically changed from a pretty subpar mid-tier to a prominent top-tier threat. Due to his varied kit, strong mobility options and fall speed, it makes his win condition easy to understand for players at every level, as his game plan doesn't need to change too much in order to win versus multiple characters. These factors have resulted in tons of Cloud mains across the globe, with Spargo currently headlining his meta, as well as many other strong Clouds. I can't see the character dropping off anytime soon.